Welcome back to Andy's Garage. So today, yes, that's right, you see it. We're going to be working on my truck blue here. It's a 1968 F100. So in my previous videos, you see me do work to this thing. We fixed some leaf spring hangers. We cleaned it up, the interior, cleaned that up, did a lot of stuff there. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff with the truck so far, but we're going to keep going. So today, I was able to pick these bad boys up, set of Flowtech headers for this thing. Now, here's the thing. In 1968, a 460 big block did not come in these trucks. Matter of fact, they didn't come in these trucks until 1973. But I don't think it's had headers on it before. I don't think it's going to be a problem with these. These are made for, I believe, a 1975, F-body truck with a 460. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but I don't know. When you're installing headers, it doesn't matter if it's a car or a truck or anything. There's always complications. It's either trying to get the headers to fit or trying to, because you're working around steering components, you're working around suspension components, you could be working around wiring, you could be working around everything else to try to get headers to work. And then you run into other issues like, man, now the headers, because they're getting so hot, they're designed a little bit differently and formed differently than, like they say, exhaust manifolds. Now it's burning your spark plug wires and everything else like that. So there's a lot that wraps into installing a set of these onto your vehicle. I'm going to show you what it's like on a 1968 F100, and with a big block 460. I say let's try to have fun with it, and we'll go from here. So here we go. It's going to be a pain. All right, so first things first, let's open this bad boy up. No, this wasn't a brand new set. I mean, they look brand new. They don't look like they've ever been used. I mean, they don't smell like they've been fired to me. Set of Flowtech headers with some spider webs there. Let's see. Nice. Let's see. And we got the gaskets. Nice. Go with it. And we got the instructions. Nice. I don't know what's peed on these. Oh, snap. Got some stickers. We're going to have to save those bad boys. And then got some actual header bolts. This is actually a pretty cool kit. Hoping that these will all work. That'd be awesome. Well, let's get you up on the truck. Let's get this hood lifted here and let's see what we got to do. All right. So as you look here, there's a couple of things I want to point out when installing headers. I want you to just look at everything. So down here, I got this frame that I have to contend with. Got to hope that this is all going to be the same and correct. Of course, we have our crazy header bolts, our manifold bolts for the manifold that we got to hope that is going to come out. You got to keep in mind. I mean, say if this was all original from like 1968, regardless of what engine's in here, right? This engine didn't come in here in 1968, but let's just pretend for a minute this engine did. It could be an FE engine, like a 390 or something like that. They came in here. Those bolts have been in there since 1968. They've been doing their job. You know what? It's time for them to retire and time for them to get out of there. Them things are going to be rusted and seized so bad into those heads. Sometimes they don't want to come out. But luckily, this engine's been rebuilt, and it looks like I got a bunch of oil, or looks like water. I bet you water is getting in when it rains, or I got something leaking. Probably that wonderful thermostat housing there. But anyway, The what we're gonna do is we got to get those bolts out there, and I'm probably gonna go ahead. I'm probably not going to try to take the spark plug wires off. I'm just gonna get those bolts out. And the other cool thing about it is a lot of them I can get from down here in between the 38s here, and we can take them out like that, and we can get them out and hopefully drop these bad boys off. So there is a little bit of pipe extensions. You can kind of see it right there at the bottom that was added on there, just so it's not popping, as much, because when you rev an engine like this with open manifolds or like shorty headers, for example, it'll pull in oxygen and it'll pop, and that's why you'll get that loud popping sound and things like that when it's pulling in oxygen sometimes. So what we're going to do is work on taking these manifolds off and you know taking the bolts out. Now you probably want to leave one in there, just so the whole thing doesn't fall on you. And we want to get these bad boys out here and do one side at a time, and then figure out if we can actually get those headers up in here. It's going to be interesting. So let me get you set up here, and we can talk and try to get these bolts out. All right, so now got you all set up here so you can see our bolts. We're going to take these bad boys out here, and before I do that, I am going to spray some WD-40 on there and pray like the heavens that they come out. I'm pretty sure they will. So let's go here. It's okay, we get a little bit of oil. It'll smoke for a little bit. Biggest thing is I want those things to come out. Different size headers, like, especially for this, they make like 5/8. They make oh man, some of these are loose. Nice. I guess my buddy, when he put these on here temporarily, because it did have a set of headers on it before, but they were all rusted out and everything. And he kind of just threw these on there so we can just crank it up and run it. I am so glad he did not tighten these things. There's the last one. All right. Okay, come on. Get on there. Why won't you? There we go. All right. Well, this side's loose. Normally, it does not happen like that. You can spend days, hours, minutes trying to fight these things. And a lot of newer engines, especially if they have like aluminum heads, they like to break off because when the steel bolt going into the aluminum head, they kind of seize in there. So then you spend days heating and blasting and heating and shooting lube on it and everything else to try to get those bolts out. And then you heat them up by like welding like a nut on them. All right. And once you do that, sometimes they'll come out with the heat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this back bolt in so this thing doesn't just like fall out. I'm probably going to have to pull this out from the top, judging the fact that this right here is hitting the frame right here. I'm surprised this thing ever tightened up at all. Well, I had like 2 threads in it. Well, that's why he didn't. I'm just going to loosen this one. Okay, I can see it already moving. It's trying to fall down. Yeah, it's fun. But I'm hoping that since these headers were for the truck, and I want to say that my buddy, when he put a set of headers on here, he actually used a set of headers from the car that fit on here from. So the 460s, man, they came in like the Lincolns and things like that. So you can get 460 car headers. Um, and I think they put them in the, could be wrong, like the big Ford LTDs and things like that as well. But originally, when the 460 came out, it was actually in Lincoln. They had them in their big Lincolns, and they that's what they used them in. And yeah, I can see it trying to fall. There it goes. It fell down. I think that one might have been Lincoln. See all the black smut on it. And now we just got this back one. You know what? I think I'm just going to pull this out because it's hitting the frame. Can't really go too far. But definitely check what you're doing. You don't want this thing to fall and hit wires and everything else. And definitely don't try to do these when they're hot. Let the vehicle cool down. Oh man, these things might come. No, they're not going to come out from the bottom. So let's see if I can get this thing out. You watch down here. Make sure nothing bad happens. Will they come out? Oh, they're going to come out from the bottom, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Wiggle. Wiggle. Keep wiggling. Oh my god. Whew, that cast manifold. Alright. We got it out. Here we go. So this is what we're working with here. So my buddy just put an additional pipe on here. And he had the manifold on here. And I've heard a lot of guys, tell me your experience on this, but a lot of guys have told me that if you have a set of manifolds, right, and the face of these things are nice and flat, right, and really good and they're not messed up, and then on your engine, if the head is nice and flat, not messed up or burned out or anything, they literally will just take silicone and bolt stock manifolds on, and they never leak. They don't even use gaskets. I don't know if that. I don't think that applies to just for Fords. I know my buddy who he has a '69 Mustang, and we built that thing. And with the aluminum heads that he had and the performance headers that he ordered for them, they said do not use gasket. Use high temp RTV, put it on there, and they never leaked. So, um, I'm, I'm just curious. So I'm gonna look at the mating surfaces here. I can see some stuff right there. Looks like some old gasket material. I'm gonna get a razor blade, clean those up, and then we're gonna see if we could slide these headers in here. So it looks like we'll be able to get it in from the bottom. Maybe. Gotta see what we're hitting. All right. Let's see here. All right. Here we go. These transmission lines. Which I think if I unbolt this one is like, I can push it out of the way and get that header up in there. All right, so the transmission line that's getting in his way is this little guy right here. So I got to undo that, and then I'm hoping that it doesn't spill transmission fluid all over the place, and then we can try to put these back up in here. There we go. I'm lucky that this thing broke loose, but I need to redo all these transmission lines and all this stuff anyway. All right, are you able to see? Cool. All right, let's see. Now, with that transmission line up out of the way, are we able? Yes. Okay, what's it hitting now? What are we hitting now? Oh, there's no way. Okay. It's hitting the starter. It's hitting. Maybe we can't go in from the bottom. I'm pretty confident that these will fit. Let's try it again from the top. If we go back. Okay, why is it now they go right in? You little. It must have been that transmission line holding me up the whole time. So once I removed it, now it's fitting. All right, let's see if we can get some of these header bolts started. And, oh, great. Well, these header gaskets, they don't have the little slips in them. So they have to get bolted in while you bolt the header in. Let's see here. If I could slip this here. All right. Like this. Make sure you have your gaskets the right way. So you can got one started. All right. Let's see if I can get a couple more started. Check that out. We're going in. Woohoo! Oh man. Told you, it's sometimes you just gotta keep messing with it and messing with it and messing with it until everything goes to plan. Sometimes they're easy. Come on. Right through the gasket material. Thank you. All right, I got two in. And they look like they have a lot of clearance. It doesn't look like I'm hitting anything. Nice. I was kind of wondering about that. That one went no problem. You know, keep in mind, if the truck wasn't lifted like this and had all this room where I can just get up in here, wouldn't necessarily be so easy. So, like I said, it could be a roll pain sometimes. Put that on here. There we go. Yeah, we have to get that one. The last two from the top. But I got them started. Woohoo! All right. All right. And did I mention on the 460 that I had in the Mustang, those header tubes were so big that you literally could not get anything, wrenches, anything, sockets, anything. It was a real pain. So let me go figure out what size wrench I'm going to need or socket I'm going to need for these. And then 7/16. Yes, it is. And I'm going to use a wrench and a socket. Some of them I can get with the ratchet. And it might even be one of those things as well where you get these in here and let's see. It's starting to get dark here. Starting to lose light. But let's see. Can I get the ratchet in here? I can get some of them. All right. So let's see. Let me get another extension. So what I would like to do, really, when I start snugging these things up, it's kind of going from the inside. Just taking my time. Just snugging them up. And then working my way out. Then come back and do it again. There we go. Of course, the thing I have to get that one with a wrench is go. Let's go to this back side. Okay, is that one tightening up or does that one just feel really weird? That one doesn't feel like that bolt is tightening it up. Oh, maybe it is. All right. Let's see. This one loosen? No. No, something doesn't feel right about that. You know, when you're tightening these things in, you know, be careful. Don't break them off. Is it hitting some rust? Let's see. Yeah, let's shoot some just a little bit of WD-40 up in there. There we go. Let that run out. Let's see what this feels like now. Okay, feels all right. Oh, great. Didn't mark that in. All right, getting dark. Still looking good on camera. Okay, let's go to this front one here. Tighten this one up with the wrench. Okay, nice and snug. All right, let's get back to the center again. I guess let's pick one, whatever one you think is the center. There we go. Go. See how much looser these ones got. It's pulling all that now. All right. Okay, that's not good. It decided it was going to strip on me, I think. Oh my God, is this one too short? Like, what is going on? Yeah, it feels like, for whatever reason, that bolt acts like it's too short. I wonder, this nice 16th bolt fit. I mean, I might have longer bolts, header bolts. Yeah, it looks like that was only holding in there a couple threads. Let's see. Yes, I do have some longer header bolts. Same pitch, same size. Here we go. 7/16. I'm glad I kept those. Alright, let's try this longer hair boy. I mean, if the head's messed up, I mean, there's really only so much we can do with that. Why is this not tightening up? Might have to, could be some stuff in there. I might need to thread chase these. Okay, it's going. I just got to work it. Definitely don't want to crack your head. Alright, let's go back. I think somebody had some bolts that are too short in there. We use a light. Let's see, can I tighten this one up? Alright, we're gonna go. That's good. Okay. Let's go back to this one. That feels good. And then, okay. And then the other one on the front. Alright. We're just gonna double check them one more time. Here we go. Good. 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 I already do this one? I think so. It's okay. Alright guys, back at it again. So I have discovered that bolt here that I was having problems with, last night. Yeah, now during the daytime, if I get in here and look, you can see, if it would focus, that it's not fully seating. So what I'm probably going to have to do is probably break out my tap set. I'm hoping that I have the right tap for that, where I can clean those threads inside that head. There's something in there that is not right. So let me put you up on the tripod here, and let's see if we can make this work and get this working. Alrighty, so I could not find my tap set. That's okay. There's other ways to do this here. So I'm just gonna loosen this up. Gotta fix this, because if not, all it's gonna do is just burn out that new gasket and cause problems. So let's look at the threads in our bolt. Let's see what it's telling us. So looking at this, I really don't, I could see where it's trying to gall up a little bit, but I wonder if there's some kind of smooth in here. I mean, because theoretically, that thing is that deep right here to my finger to the header flange. I mean, that thing, it should be able to thread in there. So I'm gonna blast out that hole some more with some WD-40. See if we can. Because this. Let's see here. Let's keep working it back and forth. That's looking better already. Yeah, I'm gonna take it back out, clean it, and we're gonna reseat it one more time. See what these threads are looking like. A lot better. Oh yeah, it's looking a lot better. Let's spray it out here. Get whatever junk is in there if we can get it out. I'm definitely going to double check all the rest of these too to make sure they seated correctly, because that would just be a waste. Oh yeah, definitely seating a lot better. Alright, let's check this one. Nice and tight. Yeah, I think we're good now. Alright, let me just take a quick peek here. From what I could see, they're all seated. Woohoo! Alright, so now what we need to do is jump over to the other side. Let's get the other manifold off, and then we are going to go ahead and bolt the header on. And still got to hook up that transmission line. You know what? While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, since we have light, let me bring you in here. Let me show you what's going on. All right, so we see right here we have our transmission line that was getting in the way of getting our headers installed. So take that, hook that back up. And these could always be fun. Oh man. Go back in. Woohoo! That's a miracle. Normally, we just have all kinds of fun getting these back in. Especially these hard lines. There we go. Best tool for the job, an adjustable wrench when you can't find your half-inch wrench. Alright, so now we got you over to the driver's side. So I'm going to have you guys up here, making sure everything looks good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the bottom through the fender well, which has been conveniently cut out, for me to access these bolts. Now keep in mind, on your car vehicle, that's probably not going to be cut out. So you have to come from the top, maybe go from the bottom, or do all kinds of different things to put those headers on. But as you also got to keep in mind, I have steering components on this side, brake components on this side, brake lines and things like that. I mean, really nothing is probably on this is factory. But, we're going to work on that and go from there. And I'm probably going to have to drop this one out from the bottom. There's a lot of room down there. So that's probably want to go with that. So I should not have to take those spark plug wires off. So here we go. Lines. Get those out of here. Get out of there. All right. Here we go. So I'm going to leave this back one in here. Oh, these are a lot tighter. Oh, wow. Why are these tighter? There we go. Let me go ahead and spray these down with WD-40 as well. I was hoping that they were just going to be all tight. And that we can easily just get to everything here. There we go. Wow, that is tight. Ooh. Ooh. Ah, got that one loose. Ooh, almost busted my knuckle. Got that one loose. Alright. Oh, what was this? Whew. Let's see if we can get all these out. Ah! It dropped on my finger. It's okay. I forgot how heavy these were. And I believe these are going to come down from the bottom. Let's see. Yep. Whew. Here we go. Oh, hit my elbow. Ah. Oh. Ow. And that hurt. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Ow, that really hurt. All right. So here we go. Oh, found my extension. So we got that off. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to do some cleanup. We're going to clean that block of the head off, and then we're going to get the other head in there. It's probably have to go right up from the bottom. Let's hope that we don't hit anything. All right, so I got you mounted up here. Got you aiming right at the head here. What you're looking at here is that's number, this would actually be number 8 because on a Ford, number 1's on the other side. But here's the back cylinder. Here we go, and here we go, and then of course the other one is over here. So let me get the razor blade. Let's clean these off, and let's get the other header installed. So I am gonna hit each one of these holes here. Some WD-40, just a little bit. Come on, get in there. Let's see if I can shoot it. Yeah. Let's see. All right. I don't care. As long as this smoke a little bit, that's fine. All right. So let's try to get this header in. I'm assuming we're gonna have to go up from the bottom here. Because it's definitely not going in from the top. But I think this one's gonna go in a lot easier than the other side. But we are about to find out. Alright. Turn the header this way. There we go. Go up a little bit. Sweet. There we go. Woohoo! Alright. Getting it done, boys. Getting it done. Getting covered in leaves. Getting it done. Alright, let me get the new header bolts. Yep. And let's try to get this gasket in here. I believe this is the way it had to go. Try to get this back one started. Alright. Work with me. What is that heading? Oh man. I see. Oh, it's always a problem. So I'm gonna have to massage these headers a little bit. Let me just show you. See, this is these motor mounts and stuff. All this stuff is custom. But let me show you what we got going on here. One second. So if you look right down there, you got that motor mount bolt. Here's the header. When I try to pick it up, it's hitting. So that pipe is about to get beat with a hammer. So, because what's happening, let's look here at our manifold. Like, it doesn't come up high enough for the bolt holes to line up because it's hitting. This is what I'm talking about. You always run into something. It's never perfect. It's always fun. So here, let me get that out, and we're gonna just whack that thing with a hammer. All right, so here we go. So what we gotta do, if we look at these pipes here, the way they were bolted in was just like this. This right here is what was hitting. So what I want to do is somehow put these on here without messing them up. Let me think here. Let me go get a piece of wood real quick so I can lay this thing down on. I know you're probably saying, you're like, whoa, Andy, you got a huge like piece of plywood sitting right there. Like, why are you not using that? Well, I'm lazy. And if I could just, you know, not do that, that would be awesome. So here, let me bring you in. Let's move this. Get this right here where we could see it. This right here is where we want to massage. So let's like maybe we didn't mess up our flange down there. Maybe that will be enough. It's just a little bit. And before anybody goes crazy in the comment section, there's tons of videos of this online. All right. This doesn't really impede any kind of performance at all when you just dent the headers a little bit to massage them to fit. So let's see if this works. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Got you back up and in our watch. Now tell me. Tell me when we're good. All right. Hopefully this thing will fit like a glove. Perfect. Now we know exactly how to put it in there. All right. Just drop. Get this gasket back in here. Some old auto lights. Let's see. Okay. Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. Thank you. And look at that. I think we're in business, boys. Oh yeah. That was enough. Let's just set these right there in the leaf spring so we know they're going to fall off. Get lost forever. Let's see if we can get this front bolt started. Here we go. Perfect. Now we play the header game. Don't want to tighten any of these up until you at least get them all started. All right. All right. Get my hand in here. I'm sorry I'm in your way. You know what? What do you want me to do? We're installing headers, man. All right. Whew. Starting to warm up today. It's November. Why is it so hot? No, that's right. I'm in Florida. Yeah, that one right there is going to be definitely a wrencher. We're going to have to get the wrencher on that one. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. Well, let me see if I can snug some of these up by hand first. We're just going to just try to snug them up. Okay. Now going to be tight. I mean, see, like that one, we're going to have to do that one with a wrench, that one with a wrench, that one definitely with a wrench. It's going to be fun. It's okay. Let me see which ones. I kind of normally like to go in sequence. I'm going to start with this one. Let's see. Okay, that one's snug. Let's go over here. That one's snugged. Let's go over here. Can I get to this somehow? Here we go. Get this front one. Okay, there we go. Now, I might be able to get, can I get socket on that one? Oh, I might be able to. Nice. There we go. Okay, the rest, wrench. And then we go back over it. All right, let me go get the wrench. I'm just glad I'm out here wrenching on my truck. You know what I'm saying? Could be worst things we could be doing. See, I can't even get, this is what I'm talking about right here. Like, they develop these headers in a way where you can't even get a wrench on these. Now, I could probably go from the top and be able to reach it a lot better, but I'm already down here. battery cable. Here we go. Fired it up the other day. I think she'll fire right up. Here we go. Let's see, how many pumps? 1, 2, 3. All right. Oh, woo! I'm an idiot. I only got 4 of the spark plug wires on there. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, see me getting too excited. I don't got all the spark plug wires on there. All right, let's see. I'm assuming, by the way these are, that this is going to be the order in which they are. I'll go down there and plug those in. What an idiot. You know what? Things happen when you get all excited and trying to, hear it run. All right, 1 second here. Let's try this again. All right. I'm not even going to pump it this time. Let's see what she does. Still popping. I bet you one's leaking. Okay, so success. Let's make sure nothing's on fire. Roll this window up. All right. Don't see anything on fire. Everything looks good. Nothing too crazy. Yep, they're gonna heat up and cool down a couple times, so we'll come back in there and retorque those. Sounds good though. Definitely has a different tone. Absolutely. I did sling my alternator belt the other day. Yeah, I mean that whole setup probably needs to be redone. And but yeah, we'll fix all that in a different video. But yeah, here you go. So yeah, I mean that's it. That's the old header install on a 1968 F100, which of course a lot of it's not even stock at all. I mean, it's got a big block 460, custom motor mounts. I mean, all kinds of stuff in there. I mean, you can see the motor. Like the motor mounts, both of the motor mounts are probably busted. I mean, it's a mess. But you know what? We're having fun with it. We're getting out there. We're doing something on our project. You know, one thing at a time. You know, we're just working on it and just having fun with it. Beautiful day. Get out and work on your projects, man. And if it's just getting a little greasy, you know, a little bloody or bruised or whatever, you know, busting your knuckles, whatever, just go have fun. Work on your projects. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.